If you or a loved one are battling addiction, this is your wake-up call. At Strive Forward Recovery, we help get you clean, get you moving, and keep you there. Don't wait. Call today and take back your life.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Indicted TV. I'm your host, Negra. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow us on Instagram. Before we start, you already know I got to give a shout out to my sponsors, Royalty Honey. Keep it hard, guys. Also for the best jewelry for his glory. And if you want to get sober or you know somebody that needs to get clean, make sure you hit up Strive Forward Recovery. They are there willing to help with their doors open. On today's episode, we have RuffNeck.
RuffNeck TV.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome to Indicted TV.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate being here. It means a lot. I'm a big fan. I watch a lot of the episodes.
I love that you watch, right?
I seen a lot of the homies on here too.
Yes.
How I first got introduced was Anthony Flores, my homie Anthony from Redlands.
Oh, yes.
That was my boy right there.
Active.
We grew up
Active
with
and
each other.
attractive. What is
Active
it?
and attractive. That was my
That's
boy
what
right
he
there.
always says, active and attractive. So tell us, RuffNeck, tell us where you're from. Obviously, I don't mean the gang, where you grew up, mom, dad. How was the inside of your house growing up?
I'm from the IE, San Bernardino County. I was born in LA, but I was just born there. I was never raised there. I don't know anything about LA like that. I was raised in the IE. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people like, you're from LA. Well, I can't be from LA if I don't know anything about LA.
I understand.
I don't know anything about LA. IE is my stumping grounds. So I'm from the IE, born in LA, East LA, Liso Village Projects. I'm black and Mexican.
Black skin?
And I was raised Chicano.
Your mom is the Mexican
My mom
one.
is Mexican, and I didn't get my dad until I was like 12 years old. So for the majority of my childhood, which is the part where you absorb life like a sponge, you know, that's my childhood, raised with my mom, you know what I'm saying, on that side of the family.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
I do. I'm the oldest of 5. I got 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
Oh.
I'm the oldest of 5.
And if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 37.
Why do you smile like that?
Because I feel like old. I feel like that's an old,
Nah,
old
honestly,
age. 37.
40s?
That's up there.
No, it's not. We're just not kids, bro.
We're not kids.
20s is kids. No offense,
Yeah.
you guys. I always say that.
Yeah, facts.
20s, you're still so young.
Yeah.
You haven't lived nothing.
You haven't lived life. You're still figuring it out.
So why do you want to be 20, bro?
Yeah, because you know what? Because when I tell people I'm about to be 40, they're like, "What? You're about to be 40?" You know what I'm saying? Everybody around you's in their 30s, 20s, because all the artists and stuff like that, they're younger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Rappers and stuff like that. So it just amazes people how close to 40 I am.
No, I understand completely.
Yeah.
I will be 43 this year.
You said 43? Oh, yeah. See, we're not that far apart.
And you know what? 40s have been the best years of my life.
40s
and
is
it's
in the
only
20s.
been a little, it's only been like, 3 years. Okay, so you grew up in San Bernardino with the single mom.
Yep.
And you're the oldest of 5.
Oldest of 5.
Did you, at what age did you see yourself getting in trouble? Like in elementary? How was that for you?
For sure, elementary. Once I got old enough that I started figuring out my dad ain't around at the moment, rebelling against that. You know what I'm saying? And then not having that man, father figure around. Of course that was going to happen. It was destined to happen, being raised by a single mother. You know what I'm saying? But my story is no different from others. You know what I'm saying? That's normal. That shit is normal as fuck when you don't have your dad around. We act out. We start getting suspended. And then it's like a snowball effect.
Were you the one that
prison.
had to like babysit, like watch your brothers and sisters?
Did I watch them?
Yeah, was that like your responsibility sometimes?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
No, it wasn't my responsibility. So I started acting out just because I just didn't have the guidance. I feel like. And it started in elementary. It started in elementary. I was just bad as fuck growing up. Well,
like just not listening, getting in trouble?
Just not caring what teachers have to say, not following orders, not just disregarding rules. I didn't care. Because I never had no consequences. I wouldn't get in trouble at home. The teachers calling mom, she was like, just don't do it again.
Yeah.
And I would do it again and nothing would ever happen. So it was like I wouldn't get in trouble at school, I wouldn't get in trouble at home. So it was just like something.
Like you just didn't.
I just did it because there was no consequences.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't get spanked. I didn't have no dad around. I knew of him, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, he didn't come home until I was 12, and I didn't really get to know him until then.
And you were already older. How did you behave
older.
with him when you met him?
He was my idol right away because he was just the gangster.
Okay, so he was gone. Was he in prison or something?
He was in prison.
Okay.
He was in prison.
Okay.
He was in prison. So always growing up, idolizing that image, that gangster role, especially in the early 2000s and the 90s.
Oh yeah.
You know, when it was at its prime, I idolized that to the fullest because that was what was all around me. From the rappers to the culture to the media, was like Snoop Dogg, Death Row, just that gangster shit was hard. So I idolized that. So when my dad came home when I was 12, he was everything I ever wanted to be. He had the long hair. He was a Crip. You know what I'm saying? My dad's a Crip. My dad's black, and then my mom's Mexican. So I'm like, damn, I'm happy he's home. And he was in his prison ways. He was stuck in that prison mentality. So I was sucking that up like a sponge.
Yes,
yeah.
you were.
So he was what I wanted to be. He finally came home. And then I was just trying to be like him so bad that I ended up being worse, doing more prison time, getting some more bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm mixed. I'm a little half-breed kid on top of that.
So it kind of makes
I'm black
a little
and
bit,
Mexican. Yeah, so...
you feel a little different.
I don't know if I could have been a
kid.
cholo like my tios or this hard-ass gang member like my pops, because that's what I idolized. You know, and that's what I was brought up around, so I didn't know any different.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
For sure.
Yep.
Obviously, we don't know any different until we hit a certain age.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yep.
So when you got in trouble for the first time with the law, with the actual, that you got arrested, did your dad ever go back?
No, my dad got out when I was 5 and never went back. And then he started driving trucks. That's how I ended up driving trucks. Once again, idolizing my father. But it took me a little while longer to snap out of it.
But what did he tell? Like, let's just, like, for example, like, tell me about the first time you got arrested and what did he tell you?
Oh, like the jail talk? Like how to maneuver through jail? Like advice?
He told you how to maneuver.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Before I got arrested, he'll give me the jail talk.
What did he say, if you don't mind me asking?
Like, run with the niggas, run with the blacks. You know what I'm saying? If you go in there. But to me, I never looked at it like that because I was both equally. I represented both sides. So there was never no division, no nothing between my black and Mexican side. And it translates as an adult, how you can see with everybody. It translates now that I'm older that I was always like that, involved with both cultures.
Which is great.
Yeah.
It's you.
It's me. You know, and I bridged that gap. I feel like I'm the only nigga out here. I'm shut up.
You can say it. You can say it.
But I feel like I'm one of the only niggas out here that's been doing that for a long time. Where I'm from in the high desert in IE, bridging that gap with blacks and Mexicans to where they're not even tripping on each other like that.
Which is great.
And now that it's becoming normalized with all the Hispanic rappers getting on, it's just normalized now because it's a thing. It's popping. You know, so I like
we know how to rap.
I like seeing that because that's what I've been working towards anyways.
Got it.
But I always been doing that for a long time.
Good.
Bridging that gap before it was bridged like how you see it now with rap.
Which is
yeah.
Tell me about your first time getting arrested and actually going to the halls.
I never been to juvenile hall.
Oh, good.
I never been to juvenile hall ever.
Oh, which is great.
I don't know what it's like to be in juvenile hall.
So you survived your teen years.
I survived it. I already survived it with, like I said, a slap on the wrist. I never got in trouble until I was an adult. Then the charges were different. Now it's no calling mommy, come save you. Now it's not that. So when I found out real quick, as soon as I turned 18, I found out real quick, mommy can't save me no more.
So you turned 18 and
I went to prison as soon as I turned 18.
You're kidding.
I was so bad. I was so horrible that as soon as I turned 18, they felt like they needed to send me to state penitentiary.
What did you do?
I was bad. Nobody liked me. I was able to get away with everything because I was a minor and I knew it. So I was running it up. Police didn't like me, so they wanted to get me. As soon as I turned 18, they were quick to charge me with some adult shit.
So what was your charge?
Assault with a deadly weapon.
Got it.
Assault with a deadly weapon. All my charges have been violent. Every last prison term, I did 3 of them. Been all violent cases.
Wow. And tell me
no
about
drug charges, no PC charges, violence.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't be sitting here, right?
Yeah, and you can see I still have fight videos to this day. I need to stop because it's not good. To this day, as a grown ass adult, I'm still fighting. I'm still. And
you need to get it together.
I do.
That's something that you're the only one that could help. That you could help yourself. You know, and sometimes we need to step back and reevaluate. Like, bro, do I want to be this ridiculous ass person
and act out
and act out, or do I just want to like step back and like, I know you want to. Because I go through it myself. Like, we're always going to continue to go through these feelings because it doesn't ever stop. There's always going to be somebody that's going to get on our nerves.
Facts.
And there's always going to be somebody, especially, the younger kids, because we're older. So us, and I see this all the time. We're older, there's older men, and they're like, And there comes a kid, and it's like, I'm going to give a shit.
They try to test you and try you.
But
I get that a lot.
But we should know better.
Yeah. damn, it's bright in here.
Hey, we know, lights, camera, action.
Right?
So tell me about you getting arrested, you going to the county for the first, San Bernardino County,
San
right?
Bernardino County, CDC.
For the first time.
Damn, for the first time? Okay, so my pops always told me I should run black, but it went through one year, not the other, because I'm not, I fuck with both.
Yeah.
So when I actually went to the county jail for the first time, that decision had to be made right then and there, because there was no sitting back, pondering, trying to make a decision, talking to my dad or my mom about it. It was right there. So I could have been both, like I said. You know what I'm saying?
Is there such thing as being both?
No, I could have went. I could have ran either both ways. I could have ran with the Hispanics.
Got it.
And I could have ran with the blacks. So I had that choice to make. You know what I'm saying? But I felt more comfortable running with the brothers because that's what my dad was. And back in those days, if you didn't gangbang, you are what your father is. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people looked at me as black. I had to explain myself. I'm half Mexican also. But back then, nobody cared about that. If I was mixed with black, I'm black. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to get too much about politics.
No, yeah, no, we don't.
That's how it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Even if your dad's black, you're black.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
okay.
So I think it was a very hard choice, because I knew at that point I couldn't mess with one of my cultures due to politics. I couldn't do the things I was able to do at home with my cousins and my tios and my tias and my grandma. We can't eat together on holidays.
And you speak Spanish well.
I do. Okay. So I knew doing all this time I wasn't gonna be able to do that with that side, and that kind of hurt too. That was a decision, but it had to be made. That's politics.
Had to. It was. You're 18 and you're getting arrested.
Plus, I didn't feel like doing the 113s every goddamn day.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, they're my boys.
If I know you didn't work out, fool.
They're my boys. Everybody knows I'm locked in with the essays, man. I f- the essays. If it wasn't for the essays, I wouldn't be RuffNeck TV. We grew up with each other. Same shit, same cultures. I feel like. Same struggles. I mean,
bro, at the end of the day, we're all human.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
you get to a certain age where that's neither here nor there, unless you're like one of those hateful ass people.
A lot of people say I talk like an essay too.
Yeah?
Hell yeah, I get that a lot. A lot of people say that.
Well, I mean, your mom though, like you were raised by your mom, and she's a Chicana lady. She was born here?
She was born here.
She's a Chicana lady. Like, yeah, you're going to sound like a Mexican, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is.
It's what it is.
So how long did you do in the county?
My first time ever going to the county was like 40 days.
For the assault? For
the assault deadly weapon. Then I was on felony probation.
That makes it harder to get off.
Then I got out. Then I violated it, and they weren't trying to hear nothing other than send me to prison. Mm-hmm. So I went to prison for the first time.
For violation?
For violation of that assault with a deadly weapon.
And tell me about your 40, you said 40 days. Like, how was it for you adjusting? Even if it was a short time, but when you're in there, it kind of takes it like a little slower sometimes.
Also, let me tell you a story. So when I walked in the dorm for the first time with my bedroll, it was early in the morning, like 5:30, 6 in the morning. And in CDC, the county jail, all the blacks were still asleep. You know, the Mexicans always get up early and their beds are rolled up early, drinking their coffee. So only people that were awake were Mexicans. So I seen an empty bunk. Back then, they had the 3-man bunks at CDC in San Bernardino, the county jail. So I didn't know about picking bunks or anything like that, right? So I walked to the first bunk I seen available open. And it was a Southsider bunk, but nobody said anything until I started making my bed. Now I'm waking people up, making noises, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's asleep, getting up. So now everybody's waking up, but no one's saying anything. I feel like they're confused. They don't know if I'm Mexican or black, you know what I'm saying? So finally one of the homies said something. He's like, hey, what are you, my boy? I'm like, I'm black and Mexican. He was like, but what are you? Like, are you from anywhere? I'm like, I don't gangbang. So now they're like trying to figure it out. Now the blacks are up, you know what I'm saying? So now we're trying to figure out who I run with. But, you know, it's my first time in jail. I'm not nervous or scared.
Yeah,
but now I'm feeling cornered in. Now everybody's getting up. Got the essays pressing me from Verdugo. I got the blacks pressing me from the IE projects. It's just all the San Bernardino people. So they're like, not pressing me, but trying to figure out. You're black and Mexican, you don't gangbang. So and they're like, what's your dad? I'm like, my dad's black. Ooh, and then it was black from there. But I always knew kind of if shit would have hit the fan, I always knew I would have ran more with the brothers. You know, it could have been both ways. Like I said, I'm both. I'm not playing no favoritism, picking sides or none of that, because I fuck with both my cultures equally.
Well, that's good. Yeah. I mean, it's who you are.
But in there, it's one or the other.
Well, yeah, for sure, for sure. You have no choice to choose one, even though you probably never even lived. Only with your dad, was the only black person in your life, probably.
Well, no, my uncles and stuff. I knew who they were, though.
They were in your life.
My family are from the projects, so they're all from the same projects. Before we moved to the IE when I was a baby, so they all kept close. Even when my dad was in prison, they were all my mom was with my dad's side of the family all the time.
Because she was still with him.
Yeah.
She held it down for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
30, 40 years almost.
You're kidding. That's
actually
dope.
40 years almost.
That's love.
40 years.
You know?
Since the 80s. And they were an interracial couple back when it was more taboo in the 80s. So you know they had a
your
little
mom
more
probably had it super hard.
She did. She did. She had a hard. Back then, the essays wasn't having it. The Mexicans was not having it. Hell no. And they grew up in East LA in the project, so you know what I'm saying. So they wasn't having it back then.
So
they adjusted to it.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it is. You can't stop something.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Love is love.
Yeah,
baby.
love is love.
Love is love.
Because we're humans. That's right. We're humans.
Love no color.
So, what would you say was the craziest thing you experienced in those 45 days of your first time being in the county?
Using the restroom in front of other people, showering. I always been shy, so it was like that was I don't know. There was no feeling to describe that. It was just weird.
That's ugly, huh?
Once again, you just got to do it.
Yeah.
Showering with another man, who wants to do that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or poop next to other guys, grown guys, and just that was the most like those 40 days. That was the most difficult thing to adjust to.
Yes, it is.
Some people like that shit, not me. I was awkward. I hated it.
I'm like, hey, come here, come talk to me.
I hate it. And you got people, and it's weird because like you be in the day room watching BT or whatever. Back in those days, we had BT. You be in the day room and then you like hearing people in the shower behind you, just having whole full conversations. You know what I'm saying? In the shower, just talking, laughing, giggling. I'm like, what the hell? Because you can hear an echo in the day room. There's a shower, you can hear an echo. It's just like, I don't know, it's always been weird. It's funny. It's hilarious.
I mean, now that you sit back, you know, because as far like, I feel like I obviously feel that like when you're 18 years old and you're going through all of this. 18, you're a baby.
I'm a baby. I didn't know anything. I thought I knew something though. I thought I was the most intelligent person ever.
Yeah.
You know, when you're 18, that mindset, you think you know everything.
We're a mess, huh?
I didn't know anything.
Aye. So you get out and they violate you right away because obviously
I did because I was still running them up.
Yeah, RuffNeck ain't listening.
I wasn't listening. I didn't care what they had to say, so I was still running them up, and they violated my ass. I thought it was a joke. They wanted to get me anyways because they knew my record when I was a kid. They knew I was getting away with everything. So
they didn't like you.
The city I was living in at the time, Redlands, California. That's where I went. Anthony and them. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with Anthony and them. They weren't having it. They're ready to get us. You know what I'm saying? They're ready to get us. As soon as we all turned 18, it wasn't just me.
Yeah.
It was all of us
all your friends.
Yeah, the whole circle. As soon as we turned 18, we all are with each other in jail now. Now we're all with each other in jail, so it was like the same shit. We're in jail getting longer time and stuff.
So what did they give you when they gave you the violation?
They gave me 2 years or half.
Okay, so you did like a year and a half or something?
Yeah, 2.5 is a year, but with 115s and stuff like that, you do a little more time and shit like that. So
that means you got in
a little
trouble.
over a year,
so,
less than 2 years.
Tell me when they put you on the bus, when you're like, you finally were in the bus.
Oh yeah, I'm in the Grey Goose from West Valley to Tehachapi.
Did you have long hair?
No, not that prison term. My second prison term, I did. I got the picture to prove it.
I just saw a picture of you with, like
I had long hair back in the day.
Dog?
Yeah, I did. My second term. But now, you said the bus ride? Mm-hmm. The bus ride, I went from CDC, I caught the chain to West Valley because they transport you from West Valley to reception. So at the time, Tehachapi was San Bernardino County reception. Before it was SNY. It was GP. It was general population. I went there. And then they did my evaluation when I got to reception. My first time in jail, I had level 1 points.
Yeah.
So they sent me to Chino State Penitentiary. So now I'm 18 years old in a prison that Snoop Dogg rapped about. Now my head's even bigger. I'm like, there's no help. They're not helping me. The system's not helping me. I'm just bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But what were you thinking? Exactly what you just said,
to get tattoos. I want to get tattoos. I wanted to fight and shit like that. Volunteer, just have fun. You know, because that's that was cool back then. There was no social media like that back then. Yeah. So to be known, you had to make a noise for yourself.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So just fight and shit, get tatted up. You know what I'm saying? Work out, come home, try to be handsome for the girls. That was my mindset back then at 18, 19.
Yeah.
I didn't care about a future, a mortgage, credit score. I didn't care about finances or career or leading my kids in the right direction.
Yeah.
That was obsolete in my mindset.
Of
that
course.
wasn't it.
Yeah.
But at the 18, 19, nigga, let's be the hardest nigga on the yard. Mm-hmm. Let's get tatted the up. Let's make a name for myself and let's run it up. And that's why I'm good in every hood now too. That's why I could do hood vlogs. You know what I'm
is
saying?
that what you do?
Yeah, hood vlog. I'm a truck driver and I do hood vlogs. But
okay.
Just always being real and just I don't know where I was going with this, but yeah.
We were just talking,
Yeah.
We were just talking about your first time, like
my first time.
Your first time, getting on the train, on the bus, and what was going through your head, and you getting there, because obviously the county is a little different than prison. Mm-hmm. And there is a lot more adjustment.
There is. But it's adjustment for the better, because in county you're stripped of everything. At least in the pen, you want to hurry up and go, because nigga, I'm gonna get a TV. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get a CD player. I'm gonna be way better than the county jail. So it's like, nigga, you kind of want to go. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And get this court thing out the way, because being transported on that bus in shackles from the courtroom to the county jail, and some people are going through trial and going to court 4 or 5 times a month. So it's a mental drainage. Yes. So it kind of makes people want to sign these deals and hurry up and want to go live a little better life in the prison. Yes. I'd rather go do a few years and take a deal than sit here and fight this shit in the county.
And you'll never know.
I'm guilty of that. I'm like, man, I'm not trying to sit here and fight this case. I did that my first 2 prison terms. I did 3. The first 2, I just signed whatever to get out of that misery in the county jail. Because I knew upstate, would do my little time, TV, Walkman, get tatted up.
And your parents were there for you.
My parents were there every bit of it, all 3 terms, and I'm blessed. My mom and my dad.
And I feel, and it's obviously, it's not obviously they love you, you're their son, but your dad knows that feeling.
He knows that feeling.
Of being there.
And he'll leave me hanging. But I was never spoiled or unhumble about it. I was always like, damn, my dad was in the same situation, and he worked hard to get out of that. And now those 3 prison terms, it made me want to work hard to get out of that. And that's how I ended up driving trucks after my 3rd term. Good. But I had to go through it. I'm a knucklehead. I had to figure it out for myself. I'm not going to learn.
Sometimes, most of the time, us kids, when we're kids, some of us, we have to go through it.
You have to.
Some have to. Some are good with just taking advice, which I wish I was one of those, right?
Me too.
But hey, if we didn't experience the things we went through or the things we put ourselves through,
Facts.
We wouldn't be who we are now.
Facts. Absolutely.
I don't think I would be able to sit here and do, have these, do the Indicted TV if I didn't experience it, So you did your 18 months. Let's just say your 2 years.
Yeah, almost 2 years, a little less.
Because you were getting in trouble.
Yeah.
Your first term, what was the craziest thing you experienced?
A prison riot.
Okay.
Little prison riots and shit like that. And there's so much crazy shit. I don't even know where to start. The prison riots was a crazy thing. Obviously adjusting to the food. The cricket COs, because in Chino, they're all LA COs.
Really?
All those COs in Chino were either from San Bernardino County or LA County. And they're all young, like, people that never got caught, but they're worse than us, low key. You know what I'm saying? So
I know exactly what you're saying.
No, for real, those COs were wild. Yeah. But and then the transsexuals.
Wait, tell me about that.
Yeah, there's lady boys, I guess you call them. Yeah.
Okay. So tell me about your first time in a riot.
The racial riot. So my first time in a riot was just like having to go against the grain.
I was
for
about
the first time, and always thinking about like it's gonna happen soon. You know what I'm saying? So doing that was crazy. That was
especially
crazy.
Because you're Mexican and black.
Yeah, but and there I had cool relationships with some of the essays, because like they knew my background and shit like that. So even though we weren't able to program or politic with each other, we still had that respect level with each other. Like, nigga, we know what time it is with each other. You know what I'm saying? So during riots, like we would like skip each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I'm not gonna hit you. I'm gonna get somebody I don't.
Yeah.
And vice versa. During the riots, the SA homies will always go past me. You know what I'm saying? Go past me and get some blacks that they don't really. Yeah. And it's like that. You have your relationships with different races.
I don't feel like everybody's like what you just said.
Even with the Woods, man, I had some white boys in there. It was solid. What? Right. Even though we can't program with each other, you my boy. We could work out with each other. We figured out ways how to do it.
Really?
Like you work out on your side of the bars, the white bars or the Mexican bars, and we work out on our side. But we do
look at each other.
We do it like we can see each other. Obviously,
you're like,
it's only 20 yards away.
Okay.
Their bars, you know what I'm saying? So, we just kind of like you do a set, I do a set, and we just watch each other do it like that type shit.
That's nice. That's nice.
There was little ways to get around it.
What about? Did you have a
pimp house?
Yes,
I
pimp
did.
house.
And sugar mamas.
Did you?
I had sugar mamas. I did.
Tell me about.
I was running them up.
Where did you find the sugar mamas at?
Just women that I knew liked me that I wouldn't like think twice about out here in the streets, but in there I'm thinking twice about them because they could take care of me. They could send me a package. So now I'm like,
how many sugar mamas did you have?
My first term, not really too much because I wasn't doing that much time. It was my first time in jail. I was 18. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't like on that mindset. I was still a kid. But my second term, I ran it up. Well, I had all these white old women writing me.
Oh my goodness. We'll get to the second term. We're still Chino. We're still Chino, fool. We're still Chino.
I'm Chino going through the prison riots.
Prison riots. So prison riots was one of the crazy experiences.
Yeah, because I'm having to go against my own race. So that sucked.
Yeah. I mean, but you're both.
Right.
And you said the cricket CEOs?
The cricket CEOs, because we'll do a lot of stuff and we wouldn't get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that.
Shout out to them for not letting you get in trouble.
They'll let us slide. We're all young. We're all just stealing cheese and food.
Oh, that's not too bad.
We're all getting tatted up and they're walking and they're like, oh, let me see your tattoo. I'm stuttering. Like that type of cool.
Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. It's like, okay, these fools are going to do it anyways.
Yeah, there's some that didn't give a about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's some that actually got tatted by inmates.
Really?
Yeah, hell yeah. I remember that.
Sick ass fools, huh?
Yeah. In Chino, they were doing that shit.
Wow.
They were bringing their own needles, though, and they were bringing their own ink from home. You know what I'm saying? And they reward the inmates with letting them keep the rest of the ink or, you know what I'm saying? Letting them keep the rest of the, do my tattoo and you can have the rest of this shit. So
those fools are down for
hell
them.
Yeah. What? Who you think brings all the phones and stuff in?
Well, yeah,
Y'all giving them too much game.
No. I mean, people already know.
Yeah. I'm telling them something that they know already.
Exactly. Yeah. But what I'm saying, like these guys, the CEOs were down just to let, because bro,
and they were open about it on the yard.
Like the cop could be could get killed right then and then. So that's like comfort.
But the inmates knew. The inmates knew though they had it good, because at that time there was substances on the yard, so. Inmates were gonna give the cops up because the inmates were living life, dog. They were living life.
Yeah, they were living best lives.
So they're not gonna give the resource up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
And it's a level 1 yard, so it's not like a 3 or 4 yard. It's a level 1 yard. All these guys got dates. Inmates are going home in 2 months, so they're not gonna. The cops are hell yeah. What? Tap me up.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense as well. Yeah.
It's level 1. CIM Chino. So long.
Boy, that's what I was gonna say. It's been so long. It's completely different now, but that's.
I heard the majority of prison is SNY.
Yeah.
And like the general population is the new SNY because there's very little yards they can go to.
Yeah.
Back in the day it was reversed. There was very little SNY yards.
Yeah.
And the majority of institutions were general population, but it's reversed. It's just crazy.
Yeah. That's not our. What can we do?
Yeah.
Anyways, moving forward. So you're in Chino. But you did your 2 years. You get released. Wait, what would you say was the nicest thing you experienced there?
Oh, man, just education, being able to pick up game from so many people. In prison, believe it or not, there's a lot of resources. You just got to use them. There's a lot of resources. You could get a whole education in prison. You really could. Degrees and welding certificates. I did fire camp.
Really?
Yeah, I went to fire camp.
On your terms, not the first one.
My second term. Certified, all types of stuff. GEDs, high school diplomas. You can get a master's at AA. So a lot of people really don't take advantage of that because they're into that lifestyle, that gangster lifestyle. But those resources are there, 100%.
Yeah, and people need to take advantage of
education, like you said, what was the best thing? Education.
Nice.
Education was the best thing about prison.
I love that you said that because you're probably the first person that's said that.
Yeah, because I love education. I love being a step ahead of people because that's like a tool in life. Knowledge is power. You know what I'm saying? Without knowledge, you don't get power. You don't get no money.
Yeah.
So you gotta learn. You gotta learn stuff. You gotta learn how to do stuff. A lot
of people get stuck. If you put effort into yourself by doing that, you put effort into yourself instead of just wasting your time. Like, I'm just here in prison, I might as well just do nothing. Like, nah, I might as well do something. Because if you can't do anything in there, you're not gonna come home and do anything. Yeah. Because you don't got time. You gotta go to work.
You got time. And then you got the bullshit people that come home and they talk about their change and stuff like that. You could read right through that.
You don't say if you change. You don't say I've changed.
You don't go telling everybody. You just let your actions show it.
You just do what you do.
You know what I'm saying? Do what you do and it's gonna show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but inmates, they're very manipulative. They're good actors. So they know how to manipulate people. Inmates are dangerous. Ex-convicts are dangerous. Yeah. But if you're a real one, you can read right through the bullshit. Some of us are really rehabilitated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
no, I get it. I mean, look at us.
Yeah.
You
been in jail too, huh?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
And I mean, F jail.
CIW?
I'm off drugs.
Chachilla?
No, I went to the feds.
Oh, the feds? Oh, the big dogs. Okay, shit. I've never been to the feds.
I'm like F prison.
It's embarrassing now. Now that we're older, it's like...
I just mean
it's not nothing to be proud of.
No, well, for me, prison was the best thing that happened.
It was the best thing, but like it was not embarrassing in the sense that you're looking down on people. It's like, damn, like that wasn't it. That wasn't it. That's not a milestone in life. That's not nothing to be proud of in that aspect.
That definitely helped.
You're in prison. What is there to celebrate about being in prison?
So I was able to find me again.
Some of us are able to find us in salvation in prison.
Yeah, different. I guess every individual is different. You know, every individual is different. There's some that prison ruins them.
Yeah.
And it's not even them. It's the actual. It's you.
Yeah, it's you.
It's you.
It saves some of us, like you said.
Yeah, it's you. Okay, so you get out. Who picks you up?
My mom and dad, like always been there for me.
Shout out to them.
My mom and dad.
And what did
my
you
baby
do?
mama? No, she left me in jail.
Wait, so you had a kid when you were 18?
I did. I have a 21-year-old son right now. So when I was 18, he was like 3. Or 2 or 3.
Oh, because you had him like at 16.
16. We're kids having kids.
Yeah.
Kids having kids. Man,
so wait,
kids,
so your baby mama
young.
left where you said it?
She left me. She left me in jail. My baby mama's Mexican. She left me.
Then why you gonna say it like that though?
No, not like that. My black baby mama left me too. Shit.
Oh my God.
Black baby mama
so you
left
tried
me
both. You tried both.
Yeah, I have one black baby mama and one Mexican. I had to get one in each culture.
Oh my God.
So,
and they both left you.
And they both left me.
When you went to
prison.
prison.
They both turned gay.
You're kidding?
Yes, I swear to God. My baby mama, both of them have girlfriends.
You're kidding.
Yeah, I don't know if I ruined them so much they don't want to fuck with a guy, or if I was so bad that they don't want to fuck with a guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna make this one the real federal side.
It's the real. It's running up.
Wow.
It's running up. But
okay, I'm not trying to be mean or anything. Because I'm not like that. But bro, maybe it's you.
Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm. Maybe I'm so toxic or whatever the case is. I'm saying, but don't get me wrong. I get girls. I used to be able to get girls, but it was them two that turned gay. Out of all of them I ever had, and it happened to be my baby mamas.
Both your baby mamas.
Not gay with each other.
That would have
been crazy.
It would have been so crazy. But did she take the baby to go see you?
No.
Your parents?
My oldest son, he was raised with our side of the family his whole life.
Oh, so you did see him?
Yeah. So she was out there running amok. So I don't think I turned her gay. I'm just saying it felt like that. Because she was out there running amok when I was in prison.
Like, man, at least she didn't even know food.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny, but it's not.
Yeah.
You know, look. Hey, maybe it's for the best, right?
For the best.
Everything
Because it worked out for me.
Yes.
I was able to always have custody of my kid while she was out there running amok. You know what I'm saying?
So she used drugs?
I don't know about drugs. She was just never focused. Maybe she was too into the party life.
Because she had a baby
dating
young.
guys and girls, and we had a baby young. We did.
She didn't get to live
We're
that.
both 16 years old.
Yeah.
Having kids, so that maybe she felt like she was stuck during that time. And once she realized my mom and dad were able to raise my son, because I was always in jail. So shout out to my parents.
Yes.
Shout out to my parents. Big shout out to them. If it wasn't for them, whew,
I understand.
I'll be in a way worse situation. Kids will be somewhere. I don't know where they'll be.
Oh my God.
I would have been probably stuck in jail somewhere. Mm-hmm. So shout out to my parents. Solid as fuck.
Yes.
But yeah, my son was raised with my parents. So I was always able to see him.
Okay, so how did you feel when they took him to go visit you inside?
Yeah, all the time.
How did you feel?
He was little, so I felt like he wasn't gonna remember. And at that time, my first term, in my head, I'm like, I'm never coming back. Mm-hmm. So I was like, he's gonna go past. He's gonna get past us. He's not gonna remember. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do good and never come back to jail. Shit, 3 terms later. So when he was older, then I started feeling more, like, damn, it's a chain reaction. It's a domino effect. My dad did time. I'm doing time, and I feel like now my son is. But thankfully he hasn't.
Oh God,
he hasn't.
Thank God.
He's 21 and he's never been to adult prison or jail.
He's a good boy.
He's not a good boy. He just, maybe it's God protecting him. I don't want to say luck.
It's God.
Because he's not a good boy. He's just like me and my dad.
Oh my goodness.
But
he needs to tighten up.
He does. But he thinks he's grown and he don't listen to us, just like I don't listen to them. Mm-hmm. So I see myself and my son and myself, or I see us in each other. I'm like, damn, look at my son, I see me. I look at my dad too, and I see me, and I'm pretty sure my dad sees me when he looks at me. When he has a tongue twister. Don't make that one real.
Nah. Well, that's.
Well, you get what I'm saying though. So it's like
completely just a psycho.
But he just hasn't been in jail.
Did I say the psycho? You see?
It's a psycho.
I said it wrong though. I said the psycho.
It is a psycho, right?
I guess
a psycho.
I meant like psycho.
It's both. It's psycho and psycho.
Both.
It's a psycho, yeah.
That's crazy.
But something like you said, it takes that for us to learn. Unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Hey, but it makes us stronger sometimes.
It does.
You know?
It builds character. It does. It builds character. It makes you who you are.
Yeah, definitely.
It makes people gravitate to you because you have a story to tell. You've been through it, so maybe they could look up to you now. You know what I'm saying? And they see themselves in you now. So it builds character. It builds a lot of stuff. It does. Going through shit.
I agree.
Personally.
I agree completely. So you get out. Your parents pick you up. Shout out to your parents because they're always there.
Yup.
What did you do?
Oh my God, my mom and dad are probably gonna watch this too because they watch all this stuff.
Really?
They threw me a fucking party and it was so viral. I'm like, why are they celebrating my prison? They always threw me parties. Like, I'm home, right? But now that we're older, my parents like, why were we fucking throwing you parties, welcome home parties?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're celebrating your jail. And they always threw them. But we had a big old party. All the family came to see me. And now I have a little chip on my shoulder. Now I've been in jail. I think I'm cool now.
Oh, and then you're like,
you know what I'm saying?
swole, young.
Yeah, swole, healthy, worked out and stuff like that. And then some of my uncles that are older than me that I looked up to, never been to jail. So now in my head, I'm thinking I'm better than them. Like, yeah, I got a stripe. You know what I'm saying? I'm hard.
Get it out
You know what I'm saying? I got a trophy under my belt. I've been in jail. You haven't. So now in my mind, I'm better than the people now. I feel I'm tough. I feel like I could tell people I've been in jail and they'll look at me different. Maybe not on me. You know what I'm saying? So it went to my head at that age.
What? You were 20 when you got out?
I was 20 when I got out. I was 20. I only spent 2 birthdays in my 20s on the streets. My 21st birthday and my 26th.
Got it.
Every other birthday in my 20s, I was in jail.
Got it. And obviously you saw your son because he's with your mom.
See my son, partied.
How long did you stay out?
1 year.
1 year.
1 year.
Did you get a job?
No.
No.
Nope.
What did you do to stay out?
What do you mean? Like, how did I survive?
Yeah, that 1 year.
Maybe just
God?
God. I don't know. I don't know. I was a kid. I was 20, so I was threw a light on my parents, like most 20-year-olds. I was a bum, you know, and I'm not afraid to say it. I was a bum back then. I'm not a bum now, but back then it was just a bum. I was a kid. I didn't want to grow up and mature. I wasn't ready for that. I wanted to be in the streets, and I felt like I was missing something if I wasn't. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to that because that's what we all go through, some of us at that age.
Yeah.
But I wasn't worried about nothing, so I don't know how I survived.
You weren't worrying about anything.
I
That's
wasn't
how you
worried about
survived.
nothing. My mom, my dad, little girlfriends I had at the time. I had little jobs, little bullshit jobs, but it was nothing sustainable.
Got it.
You know?
Just for you to buy your shoes or whatever.
But yeah, buy shoes.
Here and there.
A little bit. Back then, fake jewelry, contacts, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you wore
Haircuts.
contacts.
Yeah, back then.
You're
yeah.
down.
I wanted to be a pretty boy back then. Contacts and shit like that.
What color, food?
Hazel. Hazel was getting all the girls. The Hazel contacts. Oh my God.
Shut up. You're kidding.
The little double lineup back then.
That's to die for.
Yeah, I used to get the Hazel contacts at the Carousel Mall in San Bernardino.
Wait, did you ever end up getting in a gang?
Never ever gangbang. Never gangbang
good.
ever in my life.
So you were just
I was
thug
just
ass fool.
I was just a street thug.
Yeah.
I was a street punk. I thought I was a thug, but I was really a punk.
Hey,
I
don't
was
say
breaking it. Yeah, stealing from people.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not nice.
Damaging people's hard work, earn money.
Oh, I love that you
property.
said that.
You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't. I felt like I was.
That is punk shit. Yeah.
Punk shit.
Yeah, you're
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
You're right.
Causing people to pay for things that I damaged, stealing from people, taking jewelry. Just I felt like that was not thug shit. That was punk shit.
You're right. You're definitely
in that
right.
aspect,
For sure.
little street punk.
Yeah, I agree.
But I can admit to that. I'm transparent about this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not always a tough guy. Cause that's the reality.
Sometimes being tough is not even cool.
It's
bro.
not even cool no more.
Like, bro,
It's not
tough,
even cool.
calm
Shit don't
down.
get you nowhere.
Yeah.
Being tough don't get you nowhere.
Yeah, like calm down, bro. Like it's always, it's the non-tough guys that you gotta be.
Yeah, but we can get tough though. You know what I'm saying? It's always the quiet ones you gotta watch out for.
There you go. Trying to get pumped up right now.
The
Fool. If you don't
deadliest
relax.
ones. Quiet ones. I don't trust them. I don't trust you quiet people. You're not talkative, I don't trust you. I'm scared of you.
No, seriously.
For real,
You just never know
facts.
with them fools. So you were out for a whole year. What happens?
I catch my big case.
Tell us about your big case.
I'm off for only a year, so I'm tripping. I was doing things to sustain myself. That first time I got out of prison, I was robbing cars. That's why I said I was a street punk. I was breaking things, taking things from people that was fucked up, causing people harm and money, finances. You know, their cars up and shit, stealing their cars. People are missing work and shit like that. That's coward shit. So that's what I was doing at the time to get money, and I ended up getting caught for carjacking. That led up to a carjacking my second term. So I caught a carjacking. That held 16 to life. And now I'm an ex-convict. I've been in prison once already. I have a violent record, for the assault with a deadly weapon and shit like that. And I go to the pen again.
So they were already watching you. Did you actually get caught like in that, or somebody told on you?
I got away with it. But once again, getting sloppy and getting comfortable with committing these crimes, I felt like I was untouchable because I was getting away with multiple crimes. I was getting away with it, man. They ain't gonna catch me.
You thought you were a teenager again.
I'm a teenager, man. I'm running it up. Not running it up a lot to be rich, but just having fun being bad. Selling speakers and rims every now and then. You know what I'm saying? So, but they got me for a carjacking.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
this time I was getting desperate for the fly cars. I want the fly shit.
how did you get arrested?
They caught me transporting the car. I was like in LA somewhere off of Arlington. I'm not familiar with LA. Arlington or Alameda, something with an A.
Okay.
So it was a royal blue car. I stole it from a pimp in them. It was some pimp.
Oh, you're down.
Yeah, I stole it from a pimp. It was a
I mean,
royal
he
blue
probably
car.
didn't even need it. He's a pimp. He's the worst one.
He had every color. He had the rainbow. So
I'm not really a fan of pimps.
I got arrested for it. I got convicted, so I could talk about it. So I went to my girlfriend at the time was working at Wendy's, and her supervisor had all the cars because her pimp went to jail. So she had all his cars. He was in the feds. So my girlfriend, which was the supervisor, my girlfriend was friends with the supervisor, which was the pimp who had the cars, was in the feds. So it was a weird shit. So I was watching these cars. She would come to work with a new car. Her pimp was in jail, so she had all his stuff. So every time I pick up my girl from Wendy's after work, I'm like, damn, rims, rimmed up. Back then, like it was in 2009. So back then, like 24s were big. Just sound systems, just rimmed up. So that was my thing. So I got hungry and desperate, and I carjacked them, and got away with it. Let the car sit for a little bit. And then maybe a couple weeks later, I transported it from the IE to LA.
You drove it yourself?
I drove it myself. That's fucked up. I thought I was smooth in the green, and I fucked up. I caught a 4-year case after looking at 16 years. Caught a 4-year case.
And how long did you fight your case for?
Not that long. A few months. Because I knew I wasn't going to play with it.
Yeah.
Now I'm an ex-convict. I have a prison term. My first number was an F number. F73959. But I had discharged it and went right back and caught an AA number in 2009. AA4154. They could look that shit up.
You
Public
remember
information.
It?
Yeah.
And those numbers you never forget
they never go
them.
away.
You never, I never forget
them.
my numbers.
Never. It's like a social security number.
Seriously, which is terrible, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So you get 4 years, you said?
I get 4 years. After fighting 16. Carjacking holds life.
Yeah.
Carjacking holds life. And I got lucky. They were only trying to throw me 16 max. So I got lucky. But I fought it for a little bit.
And you were in San Bernardino County
West
again.
Valley.
Yeah.
San Bernardino County, West Valley.
The whole.
No. I've been in all county jails in San Bernardino County. Back then, they like move you around and shit. If you're fighting or whatever, they need room or space, they'll just move you. So I've been to West Valley. I've been to Adelanto County Jail, Glen Helen, and CDC. All the county jails in IE I've been to, besides Riverside.
Wait, did you use drugs or no?
I never used drugs. You just
smoke weed?
I just smoke weed and drink.
Got it.
So I never use drugs.
Because that does make a big difference in the person. You probably would have been way worse.
I would have been worse for sure. But no, drugs never had an effect on my decision making. I think it was just me. Being a knucklehead, being a hardhead. No one ever influenced me. No gang ever influenced me to do shit. I always did shit on my own. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't need an army. I was the army. That's how I felt. You know what I'm saying? To this day, I never needed nobody. The people who are around me right now are just like-minded individuals. Like, we're real. We're going to always protect each other if the shit hits the fan.
Yes.
But we're not looking for that smoke.
Yeah.
In no way, shape, or form are we looking for no smoke with nobody. But if the smoke is brought to us, then we're going to defend ourselves. And a lot of us are real ones.
Yeah, we're going to air it out.
Yeah, we're going to air it out. A lot of us are real ones, and we're not trying to go there. But if we have to go there, it's going to go up. Yeah. So we try to avoid that.
Of course.
We try to avoid that.
We're older.
Exactly.
Not even older. We're just grown. We're just grown.
We're adults.
And we don't got time for the bullshit because we need to pay our bills.
Absolutely.
We ain't in our 20s not paying bills.
Some of us got grandkids. Shit.
Oh, God. Thank God I don't yet. My son's 22.
22?
22.
Oh, our kids are the same age.
Yeah, he's 22. My son is a good boy. Thank God.
Thank God.
He's gone through a lot. He went through a lot. You know what I'm saying?
And there's nothing wrong with being a good. A lot of people are embarrassed of that or shy.
Oh no, my
of being
son
brought up good.
My son is a good boy. Like I feel that me and his father are how we are just to save our children.
Yeah,
we went through it for them. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
My son is a good boy. I mean, he's an asshole.
Yeah.
Like,
them be the best ones though.
I'm like, you're freaking little.
It's the assholes that always get under my skin.
Oh no, he is an asshole. And but he's a good boy. You know, he pays for half of his car. He gives me, bill money. Like he's a 22-year-old boy.
He's a grown man.
Like you're gonna have to be independent. You're gonna have to pay for your own bills, and you're gonna have to take care of your own family.
That's good that he's learning now, though.
You have to learn. And thank God for my husband, because
thank God for him. Good man. Good man right there.
Because if it wasn't for him, I would not ask him for him, because that's my baby, and especially because I put him through so much as a young boy that I feel guilt. Even though I shouldn't anymore.
Exactly.
My son's a good boy, and thank God.
Well, they're being raised by good parents. Look at the parents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I talk a lot.
You guys motivate me to get on my shit. You know what I'm saying? This is inspiring.
I'm a mess, bro.
Right
I am a mess.
No, but what you guys do for the community and culture is very inspiring. I mean, why wouldn't you guys want people to be like you? You guys are influencers, right? I wouldn't mind influencing somebody to be like me if it's working. So you guys are my influence. I'm influenced by you guys. This is amazing right here.
I love that you said that.
To have the reach you guys have to people. What? Not everybody is blessed with that. And you guys have it. Like, everybody watches you guys. Everybody.
I mean, it's either to talk poop or to watch, right? But either way,
either way they're
you hear
watching.
one word. As long as you hear one word, one positive word of what I'm saying, that's all I care about.
That part.
It's not like, for me, it's like, I don't consider myself an influencer.
Yeah, but you are, though.
But I don't consider.
You have a lot of young ladies that might be like, oh, she's pretty, I want to be like her. Maybe they watch you. Maybe they look up to what you do. Maybe they look at the shoes you wear on camera. They want to buy those. I mean, we don't try to be, but it just
happens.
It's just like that.
And I just mean, like, I don't say, oh, I'm an influencer. Like, I think that's just dumb as hell.
Yeah, I think it's corny. I think it's cheesy. I'm an influencer. I always thought being a YouTuber was the cheesiest thing, but now look.
But that I will say. Like, hey, what do you do? I'm a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But back then, for me, I was like, YouTuber, you thought of like Logan Paul. Hi, guys. You know what I'm saying?
And it's, hey, guys, it's literally like that, though. And I love it. I love it. But back to you, RuffNeck. Back to you. So you caught your big case.
Yeah.
You're probably like 22.
I'm 21 now.
You're 21 now?
I'm 21 because I turned 21 on the streets. I got out at 20 from my first term.
Okay.
And I turned 21 on the streets, and then I was in prison at 21 also.
Got it. So you're back. You got hit. You're fighting 16 because obviously carjack is a lot.
Yeah.
But you got 4 years. Thank God.
I got 4 years. Thank God. I don't know if my dad or mom got me a lawyer because I had like this public pretender, and it wasn't working for me my first few court dates. And so like my third or fourth court date, I'm expecting that same public pretender that wasn't working for me. And he wasn't there, and I'm waiting, and it's a like young white kid. He's like, I'm gonna work for you now. Woo, I got the DA to do this. Woo, you better take this. Your mom and dad said yes. They said call him when you get back to the jail. Your mom and dad said you should take this deal. That you shouldn't question it, and I'm here for you. I'm like, what the? So I went from 16 to 4. I'm like, and then they say he broke it down. You get 480. Now in prison, they're doing incentives where you get your GD, you get time knocked off. You're gonna do about 3 and some change, right? So I'm like, you said my mom and dad said take it, then you guys have something going on where I don't know, because they can't tell you.
Yeah.
It's their job not to be like, I work their deal in the background. You know what I'm saying? So, but and then my mom and dad in the courtroom, we're giving each other eye contact, and they're giving me that yes eye contact, like. Because they can't talk or they'll get kicked out.
Yeah, of course.
So they're giving me like, you're listening to that little motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? My dad. So, we back to the bag, and I ran it. I wasn't going to play with 16 years. I wasn't going to play with these people. Victorville Courthouse don't like me. They sent me to prison 3 times. But at this point, this is my second time they were sending me. So for all the little misdemeanors too, they don't like me. So I'm like, I'm not going to play with these people.
They're sick of your ass.
They're sick of me. It's Victorville back then. Oh, Victorville Courthouse. They don't play. But I signed that little 4. But my dumb ass ended up catching time and doing more than 4.
Okay.
I was supposed to do around 3, and I ended up doing 4.
Okay. So where did you go?
2009, also Tehachapi was still general population reception. So I went from there to Tehachapi reception. Okay. It was GP.
And no, how was it for you there though? Like, that's your second time there.
It's my second time, so I already been to Tehachapi twice. Now I'm adjusted. They already know what to expect. Now there's first termers that are the ones like, look at this little guy, first termer. You know what I'm saying? I'm 21. I'm already ex-convict at 21. So imagine how big my head was.
Yeah.
Now I'm 21 years old. I'm an ex-convict. All the other 21-year-olds are the first timers and shit like that. So now I'm like, I'm a G at this. In my head, I'm a G at this.
Yeah,
now I'm
sure.
a vet. Now I'm an ex-convict. So now I know how to program already. Now people are throwing me the MAC rep positions. You know what I'm saying? I'm a MAC rep. I'm seeing inmates I paroled From now I'm seeing them again. I'm back. They never got out. What's up, my nigga? Seeing the homies and shit. What up,
Because you always ran black.
Yeah, I always ran black. I never switched up, or else I would have been dead already a long time ago.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah, you can't switch up. Hell no, they'll get me. But I f with the essays. Me and the essays always been locked in. They understand, and it would have been the same. If I would have run with the Mexicans, I would have been that one South Sider that was cool with the blacks because I'm half black.
Because you're half black.
It could have been either way.
And
So
everybody understands that.
They understand it.
And if they don't, hey, maybe you're that one person that.
And that's why they fuck with me. That's why they invite me to their hoods. They're always inviting me back. I never go because I'm always driving trucks. So when I started this YouTube thing, I was already a truck driver. So it's hard to balance both.
Work is number one. That's right. So you're back into Tehachapi. How long were you there for?
I was there for 3 months, and then they sent me to Jamestown fire camp.
How was Jamestown?
Jamestown was the shit. I had a cell phone.
And this was like a long time ago.
This is 2009. I was in Jamestown. in 2009. So 19, almost 15 years ago. Damn, I'm getting old. That was my second term 15 years ago. But
and how was it for you? Because you said you were running the back. You were running the bag with the sugar mamas.
Now I had the sugar mamas. Now I have.
But where did you find these sugar mamas? Is the question.
A lot of them were my mama's friends.
Oh, hell!
They're my mom's friends, and I already knew they had the googly eye for me when I was a kid.
Really?
I could see that shit. Like, they couldn't wait for me to turn 18.
Oh, God.
You know, so I seen it in them.
That's like pervert shit, though, huh?
It is, but it's shit. My mom had a bunch of handsome young sons, and we're mixed. So it kind of worked in our favor to be black. I was younger. I didn't have a stomach and shit back then.
Hey, stop.
You know what I'm saying? Back then, so it worked in our favor being these little half-breed kids. So we always had them looks. And I say that humbly.
No, of course.
Humbly. I'm not cocky or anything because I could have been ugly. But I humbly say that. So me and my brothers always knew, like, nigga, we could run a bag off these women.
Ladies.
You know what I'm saying? The gullible ones, too, especially them. So that's what it was, though. It was like survival.
How long after you were in Well, when you get to Jamestown, obviously it's kind of more open because it's
fire camp. Yep.
You know, it was fire camp. And how was it, though? Like, did you have to, like...
It was Disneyland. I'm not even going to lie to you. I've never been the one in any of my videos or content or interviews. I've never been the one to claim to be a level 4 gangster or killer or whatever they say. The highest yard I've been to was a 3. You know what I'm saying? So
and that's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, the fuck?
That's okay. So, to me, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to go up there where I got to really keep my head on a swivel. I feel more comfortable doing my time on them low level yards anyways.
Yeah.
So they can say what they want.
It don't matter. You did your time.
I'm not a level 4 killer. I don't gangbang. I wasn't involved in those politics where I had to get my points ran up and do things up there in them 3-4 yards.
And that's okay.
Yeah, I never had to. Yeah. So my whole objective was get low points, go to fire camp, and skate through this prison term. I'm going to skate through it to go home.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So that was my thing, being low key. And
I love that you say that.
Not getting into a wreck.
Because, sometimes it's just... I mean, obviously, I feel like for Hispanics, it's a lot more different.
Because they go based off of different politics. They have to maybe rank up to get that level of, I'm that guy. Blacks could skate through more. There's less politics. Niggas don't have to work out every day. You know what I'm saying?
But, I mean, fire camp, you have to work out.
At fire camp, you do, but that's because you want to go to that fire camp with no fences and shit like that. You want to be with the deers and eat good. And
what was the food like there?
Man, fire camp was bomb food. Way better than the yard. Because fire camp, they got donations from government institutions. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get real good food. They'll donate Snicker bars to us. They'll donate. It's food from like I said, institutions. The county building would donate maybe like $10,000 to the fire camp. So we'll eat real steaks. We're fighting fires, saving people's homes. So we're really eating real good proteins and fruits and vegetables.
Did you actually ever have to go to church?
I didn't. I got lazy.
You just said that shit like you were
I did. I do fire camp.
Said we got the best because we were fighting fire shop.
We as a team. Okay, we as a team. So if it wasn't for me, because I was an in-camper.
Okay.
I was in camper. I don't want to go out there and fight fires.
What does in-camper mean?
It's where you're still in fire camp. You still have the benefits of fire camp. You get your own little cubicle.
Really?
You don't got to sleep under somebody or over somebody.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you get showered low-key. Yeah, some fire camps have individual showers. You get TVs. You're at fire camp. You know what I'm saying? You get packages from the streets. Now my sugar mamas are sending me like hygiene from Walmart. So it's different. If you're in prison on the yard, your family can't go to Walmart and send you hygiene like you were able to in the 90s. So in fire camp, you still have that privilege. So we're getting...
I wonder if they still have that privilege.
I think so. Fire camp, they still look out for you.
Okay.
I think so. But man, the benefits of being a camp were amazing.
What about the visits?
Oh, the visits were like parks. They didn't have a CO out there. I mean, like they'll watch you from the office. But like when you're on the yard, you have CO, you have a tower. They're watching you. They're strict. They're on you. The visits in fire camp, your parents or your family are able to bring food from the store. So my mom was going to Albertsons when I was at fire camp. When I was in Santa Cruz, in Santa Cruz in the Bay Area. I was at Ben Lomond Fire Camp, and my mom was the night before she would come see me for the weekend, because they'll come. It'll be a whole weekend thing. They're coming from way down here, Victorville. They're driving 11 hours up north. They're gonna stay there the whole weekend and see me Saturday and Sunday. So at fire camp, my mom was going the day before, getting like mac and cheese from Albertsons, or the beans, or the
so just warm it up in the microwave.
Yeah. So she was buying all that shit, junk food, hot Cheetos, just as much as you can eat. Because at fire camp, you could bring food from the store and feed your loved ones. So I was getting KFC, just as much as shit. Oh my God, the whole weekend was bomb. That's fire camp.
Okay.
That's fire camp. And that was back in the day, 15 years ago. So I don't know if they do it now.
And your sugar mamas went to go visit you too?
No, my sugar mamas never went to go visit like that. But they took care of me when it came to packages, cell phones. Back then it was like flip phones. It wasn't like the smartphone. So yeah, they took care of me in that aspect. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't even care for a visit like that. Because I wasn't able to get conjugal visits for some reason. I wasn't married. That's what it was. So I don't know. Like,
because I had some guys come in here and tell me like they will find like somewhere like, hey, they about to run fast.
Oh yeah, and fire
camp,
do their
thing,
and fire camp,
and go do their thing and come right back to a certain time. Like they have to get it in the bushes or something.
Yeah, you know what's messed up though? You know what's messed up for me? They sent me up north. They sent me up north up there, so it's not like I was local. If I would have been down here somewhere in Southern California, yeah, for sure. But they sent me way to Susanville. They dogged me out. I was 11 hours away.
Yeah, that's pretty far.
So everybody I knew down here that might have kind of would have visited me, it was a definite no going up there. And besides my mom and dad.
Did you have a baby right before this term?
No, I didn't have kids until my second term. My two youngest.
Okay.
Until my second term. After my second term.
Got it. But Jamestown and fire camp. Well, what about the third?
I went to Jamestown. Oh, the reason why I went from Jamestown to Susanville is because I caught with cell phones. They caught me with a bundle of cell phones.
Bundle.
A bundle, and I wasn't trying to snitch or trying to get me to tell. They're like, if you don't tell us, you can lose your fire camp privilege or go in the hole. I wasn't going to tell them whose phones they were.
Yeah.
I've seen the movies. I don't want to get my throat or nothing done to me. Slit, nothing.
Girl, that's why I'm not at level 4.
So in my head, I'm like, I'll do 3 months in the hole. I'd rather not tell. I'll do 3 months in the hole. So that's what they did. I didn't tell whose phones they were. They put me 3 months in the hole, and they got me for a threat. What do you call it? A security threat. They kept me GP, and they sent me to Susanville, which also GP. Because I wouldn't tell. They were like, okay, well, maybe you owe them for these phones. It was a bundle of phones. Well, maybe you owe them for the phones. I'm like, I don't owe nobody. It's gonna be good. So they don't want to send me on the same yard, so they send me up north to Susanville.
And in these camps, what would you say was the craziest thing you saw?
The frequent, like you said, runoffs. People were getting counted and running off until the next count, and they'll come back like 10 minutes before the count. They'll be off in the city with the girls and stuff.
Oh shit!
Yeah, hell yeah. Not to throw anybody under the bus,
but
I seen that shit. I'm like, man, I wish I was down south.
They're not gonna know who it was. It was like years ago. You know.
Yeah, I wish though. It was before cameras and shit.
Wow.
They had the big old bogey cameras that were stuck in one position. So
now you can't do anything at all.
Hell no. Now you can't do the runoffs.
Wow.
Yeah, but they sent me from Jamestown to Susanville.
And what was the difference between those?
It was the same shit. It's just up north camps. Now I'm there with the Bay Area cats. Now I'm learning up north culture. Now I'm there with my first Nortenos.
Oh, tell me about that.
Yeah, so I always heard of the Mexicans. I always heard of the Mexicans that act black my whole life, right? There's the Mexicans up there that wear red. They're like Bloods that act black, right? So I didn't know the whole Norteño thing, but I get up there and sure enough, it was a whole different vibe. They have grills up there. Some of them have permanent, so they can't take them off. So they're in the pen with grills. Norteños have long hair. I'm not used to seeing Mexicans with braids and shit like that. You don't see that down here, especially in the 90s. You're not gonna see no Sureño with cornrows.
Now it's pretty normal.
You're not gonna see no Southsider with French braids. Hell no. Now maybe now, but back then, hell no. So seeing Mexicans with braids was crazy for me. They use the M-bomb all day long. They say nigga all day long. They act just like niggas. So it was like a cultural shock for me. Seeing the Mexicans act like that for the first time in my life.
Would you say that was the craziest thing?
Yeah, to me it was, because then we were able to program with them. So my first term and then a little bit of my second term, I wasn't able to program with some of my culture. We can't program with Southsiders if you're black.
But what about in fire camp?
No.
Still the same rules.
But when I went up north, you could program with the Mexicans up there. So now I'm able to program once again. It was like a sigh of relief. Now I'm able to work out with some Mexicans again. I don't give a fuck if you're from up north or down south.
Yeah,
you're Mexican, my nigga. Now we have similarities we can relate. So now I'm able to work out with some of them, eat, program, get tattoos.
Because camp is different.
No,
Or just up
on the
north?
main line.
Oh, okay, just up north.
Any prison, blacks can program with Northerners, not Southsiders.
Okay, got it.
So
got
in
it.
prison, we could, no matter where we're at, down south or up north, we could program with the Northern Hispanics and others.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So being that was my first time up north, my second term, it was like a sigh of relief. Like I could program with some Mexicans for the next few years while I have this prison term to do. So that was the best part. I ain't gonna lie to you. Some of the owners, but now they're getting mad at me. They've been trolling me.
Oh, really?
They have, hell yeah, in my DMs, hell yeah. Because I've never been up there to do a hood vlog or a podcast. I've been doing all these podcasts down here, from Lucky to Blue Devil to you guys to the food community, the other food community.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so I've been doing all these podcasts and they're seeing I haven't been taking them up on their invites up there.
Oh, how come you don't?
Because because I'm loyal to my soil. Even though I'm not a gang member, I still lay my head over here and I don't want to get in that mix. And I don't really care too much of that side because I didn't grow up on that side. So I know, say if I was to go up there and do a big podcast up there, a northern podcast, or do a hood vlog on some northern Nortenos, and it went viral, I got to come back down here. Man, the comments, like, this is traitor.
Yeah, but you're not a traitor. You're just you.
I'm media at the end of the day, so I could do it technically.
No, not all media.
I'm media.
Not all, but you are different.
Yeah.
You ran black in prison.
Yeah.
You're Mexican and black. Like,
Yeah.
this is just what you want to do. Like, me personally, if I was you, I would do it just because you don't want to like set yourself stuck in one place.
I wouldn't, but I'd rather not because all my friends are Southsiders.
Got it.
These are my friends. It's not like my friends don't feel some type of way about you guys up there, so why would I go against what my friends feel? These are the friends that are going to have my back, my friends that are going to support me, my friends that are going to throw me the ladder.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know, so I'd rather just not.
I get it.
And it's like disloyal type. I don't know. I'm a street nigga. I'm not a regular civilian. Even though I don't gangbang, I'm still a street nigga.
I get it.
So it's
for
like,
sure.
I can't go against that.
I get it.
Shout
and I
out to my
respect it.
Southsiders. My Southsiders
And I
right
respect
here.
it.
We
You
locked
know?
in.
I respect that.
Facts.
So you did your 4 years
Yeah.
in Susanville and in Jamestown.
In Jamestown, in all these fire camps.
And fire camps. What would you say stands out from this term? From your first, we haven't gotten on your third term, but
No, not yet. What stands out from the second term, from the first term? My just the way I can maneuver and my flexibility in prison. I know how to politic. I know what to say. I know how to stay away from certain maybe disciplines, shit like that. I don't know. Maybe I just learned how to be a better inmate.
okay.
That's what I'm really trying to say.
Okay.
That was the difference. To be honest with you, I learned how to be a better inmate, and I was like going towards more convict. And because now I'm like, my second term, like I said, there was dorms where there was really no structure, and people seen where I communicate with all races good. So I got placed in positions where I was a MAC rep. I never had the keys to a yard. I always been the reps for dorms.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I always been a dorm rep. Every dorm I went to, I always been a rep because I was I had good communication with everybody. I don't know. I learned how to be a better inmate my second term.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So after those 4 years, out of those 4 years, we said the craziest for you was going up north
Yeah.
and adjusting to, the
Northerners
the
and shit.
Northerners that you said, they
Yeah.
act more black.
Act different. It's a culture shock. Definitely a big difference.
Got it. So
Yeah.
then you paroled from there.
I did.
You paroled from Susanville.
I did.
And who picked you up? Or how did that work?
Once again, my mom and dad.
Yes, love them.
Like
Yes.
even in my third term, they picked me up, both of them together.
Those fools are
All
probably
three
sick of
prison
you
term-
already, like,
they're
bro.
sick. They're sick of it.
But they're probably proud of you now.
They're sick of it now. Yeah. I have
get
little
there.
backslides and little hiccups, but that's human nature.
Yeah, but we'll get to where you're at
Yeah.
now, right?
Yeah.
So you come home.
Yeah.
What happens when you come home?
I come home and now I'm kind of tired of it. I did 4 years already, and then before that I did like a year and some change. So I'm already 6 years in. I'm 25 now. I'm like, okay, I got to give it a break. So I started working warehouses and forklift jobs and stuff like that. Got a little credit up. Got a car from the car lot,
Nice.
and that's when I first started my RuffNeck TV YouTube. That's when it first started though.
And what year was this?
This was 2000 and I went in 09, my second term, and got out in 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, I got out in 2013.
Oh yeah, there was already YouTube was going hard.
YouTube
already.
was popping now. Now
Yeah.
I'm introduced to this YouTube world, and I knew I always wanted to be famous, but I sucked at rapping. I sucked at everything I did. I wasn't an athlete. I had no hand-eye coordination or nothing.
I agree.
was a
I am the
horrible
same
athlete.
way.
I couldn't dance.
You can't do anything.
I can't do shit. I'm like, I want to be famous for YouTube.
I know what
I
you
don't
mean.
know what I want though, but I know I want to be that guy one day.
Yeah.
So it took a while for me to a little bit, but I was just YouTubing whatever at first.
Oh, so you created your channel right away?
Yeah, but back then when I got out of jail.
Okay.
It wasn't like nothing, but it was just like me uploading dumb stuff.
Whatever.
You know what I'm saying? I just knew I wanted to have a camera in my hand. I look cool. I feel like I got attention. I got a lot of girls and stuff with a camera. Everybody be like, what are you doing? Woo woo. So it wasn't an attention drawer, conversation starter.
Oh, nice.
So I like that. And I don't know. I always liked attention, I guess.
How long did you stay out for?
This time maybe like 2.5, 3 years.
Oh, that's a long time. And what happened to the sugar mamas?
Oh, I forgot about them.
But what about when didn't they see you?
Yeah, but shit, I act like I don't know them.
Hijo de la chingada.
You know how that goes. It's regular. But, I still kept in touch with some of them because I knew I might need one or two again. And I don't mean nothing, no disrespect, but I knew like maybe one or two, like we're going to be there forever. So, but most of them, I just forgot about them. See them in traffic or whatever,
Hijo de la chingada.
I feel bad. I feel bad though.
I'm glad that you at least feel bad.
I do feel bad.
But women know what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you gotta be not all right to really, but okay, not everybody, because prison wives are gonna kill me for this, right?
But some women want attention, and they don't care if they don't get it from no one else. Why wouldn't they go ahead and get it from an inmate? Some women don't have what other women can get, and that's attention. And what woman doesn't want attention? That's a good feeling. Even me as a man, I feel good when I was single. I felt good when a woman looked my way. That's attention. I feel good when I get a crowd. That's attention. I feel good when I get a viral video. That's also attention. Mm-hmm. I'm keeping people's attention. That feels good. So I think a woman looks forward. I think a woman goes that direction when they don't get attention on the streets, inmates. Because if you look at the type, and there's no disrespect, you look at the type of women that write inmates and have relationships with inmates, they're not the prettiest. They're not the most gorgeous. They have beautiful hearts. Don't get me wrong. These women have the best hearts. That's some real shit, though. They have the best hearts, but they're not the best looking.
Not
That's
all.
the truth.
Because I know a lot that are very beautiful.
There's some beautiful ones.
And they're prison wives. But they've been wives before. Like, they've known the inmates, whatever. They lived their lives, and it didn't work out. And it's like, you know what? This man has always been there for me.
My third term, I had some bad ones. Oh, I had the visitor room popping my third term.
Shut up.
I did. I had all the baddies coming through.
We're gonna get to that.
But my first term, second term, nah.
You learned.
I learned. Ooh, I learned. When I was doing my first term and I seen the big homies having some pretty girls in the visiting room, I'm like, damn, lucky.
The big homies are always the ones that have the beautiful girls.
Yeah, the beautiful ones. That's how it was. And then when I got a little older, then I started having some baddies come.
Chill.
What? My standards went up my third term. I was that guy in the visiting room. And then we share pictures in there. You're in the pen, you share pictures. And I just felt like that guy sharing my photo albums with everybody because I had bad girls.
I love that.
The real ones, too.
Nice.
Not the magazine ones.
Not the magazine ones. So you come home and you're out for like 3 years, you said. And those 3 years, did you, you obviously got closer with your son. Yeah. How what did you do?
I was just studying. I was just studying, having fun, job to job. Now I figured out how to make money without a job. So if I had a job, it was a good thing. If not, fuck it, I was still gonna get some money. Because now I'm a little older. Now I'm 25 when I got out. Mm-hmm. So now I'm figuring out. But the good thing I did go back to jail because I probably would have crashed out. Because I was figuring out a little too much stuff that wasn't really the most
the right thing.
Legal, the right thing. Yeah. So. But luckily, I did go to prison again because that saved me again. Because I was getting ready to figure it out and go up.
Yeah, well, good thing you didn't figure it out, fool.
The people around me, the people that were teaching me things. I'm a young 25, 26-year-old man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And what did you go back for?
The same shit. Assault with a deadly weapon. Okay. My third term.
Okay. Were you just beating up random people?
Possession of a firearm, just always squabbling, always just... I'm a menace to Victorville. Back then I was. Now they all fuck with me all of a sudden. All the city councils, everybody fuck with me.
Nice.
They be saying hi. They be like, I tried that burrito spot you put us up on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
because they know. Honestly, they could see who...
they could see.
They could see through everything. Just like we could see through them, they could see through us.
Good people. We're good people.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
that part.
We don't mean no harm. We just had to figure it out and learn. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
So you're back.
My third term? I'm back.
How long did you get this time?
Assault deadly weapon, possession of firearms, parole violation now, because now I'm on parole on the AA.
How did you get picked up?
I was on a run. And I got loose. I got not loose, but I got I guess you could say loose. My game got loose. I wasn't on point.
And how does
I was slacking.
being on a run? How was the run for
That
you?
sucked because you have to look over your shoulder. It's always a hassle, a burden. You don't know if it's your last time on the streets, and you kind of want to get it over with. That was my biggest thing: being on the run for months and months and months, having to hide out, live in a little house in the desert, and feeling up the hill in the high desert. There's a little city called Feeling, and they have these shacks over there. That people rent them for the low because nobody wants to live there. But when you're forced to live there, that was the best thing popping.
Really?
Yeah, because it's in the desert, and every little spot had acres and acres of land. So you could see a cop come from 2-3 miles down because the dust. So if you're standing outside and you see dust, it's from way over there. It's a dirt road. It's a 2-mile, 3-mile dirt road from the nearest paved road.
Oh,
so
wow.
it was kind of a plus too, because I'll be outside. You know, I'm on a run, so I'm paranoid. So if I seen dust, I don't know if it was my mom or somebody coming to visit me or a cop. I didn't know. So
You're
if I
leaving.
seen dust, I'll go hide out and peek and shit. Like, oh, that's nobody. That's my mom or something or a neighbor. And then so that was kind of a like a little tool I used.
Yeah, it was like some movie shit.
It's a movie shit, but man, that shit sucked. Having a just man not knowing when it's your last day out. You just want to get it over with. For me personally, that's the feeling I felt. I wanted to get it over with. Just catch me already, because it's a fucked up feeling.
Hey, you're just catch me, but you're all hiding.
Catch me by hiding. You know what I'm saying? And that's where you start being loose. You start being, your game starts being loose. You start being like taking chances going out in the streets, knowing you could get pulled over at any second, because you're like, you kind of want to go and get it over with, like do
And
the
it's
time.
like the energy we're sending out.
Because the longer you're on the run, the longer it is before you come home after that term.
Really?
If you're on the run for 2 years and you're looking at 3, that's 2 years you could have had in already.
Oh,
You could have been out in the, you know.
For sure.
That's what I was looking at. The longer I run, the longer it's gonna take for me to get this shit over with. You know what I'm saying? I want to just go and get this shit over with.
Right now that you said that, this has nothing to do with it, but I have a friend. I haven't seen him obviously so long. He's been on the run for 20 years. Maybe not that long.
It's a long time.
Maybe not that long. Maybe at least 15. Minimum.
Even 10 is a
Minimum
long time.
15. This
Yep.
fool just got picked up in Mexico.
Everybody's getting picked up in Mexico.
But for something else.
Everybody is right now.
So it's like, we're all almost, he was part of my indictment. Most of us are home.
Yeah.
Like the one that did the most time just came home like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And he did, I believe, like 15
So
years.
he's just starting now.
So
What
this
you guys
guy, he could have been 18 and he would have been home by now. Now he's 41 and is about to start his term.
Oh, no.
Well, start to see what is even going to happen.
Because at that age, you don't have much give back. Your parents get older. You don't want to, go through it in there.
So it's like,
Yeah, it's like,
And the only reason I brought that up is because obviously we were talking about the run and the time and things like that, So when did you get picked up?
I got picked up maybe 3-4 months after I've been on the run.
Okay.
My brother picked me up. I had my girl with me at the time. I wanted to get something to eat, and I was just like, man, I'm tired of just come pick me up. Let's go get something to eat. Let's go hit the city, because we're in Feeling. It's a few miles from the nearest, like I said, town or anything. So, sure enough, I got comfortable. They were watching it this time. No, they were watching my brother.
Because they knew.
They're watching it. And I was on a run during the holidays, so that kind of saved me because I knew they were busy. It was like Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. But once the holidays were over, I feel like they were back on their job because we started seeing unmarked cars. And yep, sure enough, that's when they got me. A little bit after January 1st.
Wow.
I got booked like January 13th.
Oh, yeah.
So I think
literally.
they waited for after the holiday. I thought I was doing something, but they're all busy with families the holidays. So
Well, at least you were able to spend the holidays with the family.
And shout out to whoever pushed my case off to the side, because I did.
Nice.
I spent it with the family.
Good. With your son?
My son and shit like that. And went right to jail January 13th.
So what happened after that?
Fought the case for a little bit, not too long. I was doing 2 years on that shit.
Okay.
Ended up doing 2.5.
Okay. And where did you go?
I got the same. I got 4. My second term, I did 4 with 85. And the third term, I got 4 with 85. But now the system made 85 to 65.
So you got way less.
Yeah, and now if you get like 4.5, you do 4 with 30. So now you're doing way less. So I was able to do just 2.5 years.
Okay.
And now, and then at that time in 2016, 17, 18, when I was in prison, they allowed 85% to get credits. So if you did stuff like anger management or whatever, you're able to get time knocked. Because at first, 85% could not get no time reduction at all, no matter what you got, what degree you got.
Got
And
it.
they made it a law to where you could. So I was at 85%, and they made that shit go to 65. On top of that 65%, I was doing all these classes, courses. Man, I became every counselor you could think of, trying to get time knocked off. I have so many, man, I thought I was that person when I came home. I showed my mom something like a folder like this big with nothing but certificates, because I had no choice though.
Yeah.
When your life and freedom depends on that, you're gonna do what you gotta do to get that time reduction. So that's exactly what I was doing, and it benefited me.
It worked.
I learned how to be a counselor, anger management, all types of shit.
Good. But it's good.
It's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
And where did you go this time? You didn't go back to
No, I went to Ironwood D Yard.
and this is your actual.
It's my first 3 yard GP.
That's what I was gonna
Ironwood.
say.
A B yard is PC, and then A B C D is GP. So I went D yard, GP.
And what happened?
Just did my time, went home.
Okay, so it wasn't like.
Yeah, I was doing 2.5 years. So now I'm older. I'm like at that age, I'm 30 already. You know what I'm saying? I'm 31 or some shit like that. Getting ready to parole. So I'm already up there. I'm already out of my 20s. I just want to chill.
But now you're just got the girls.
Yeah, now I just had the little baddies and stuff like that. So my third term was that term where I realized this shit is for the birds. My third term was a term I realized where I don't want to keep up. And it wasn't fun for me no more. My third term. I matured up a lot. I seen what I was missing. Now in my head, I'm 31, 30, gonna get out. I already my whole 20s up. I want to make something of myself now. I want a family. I started seeing the movies in jail. Like, I want a family that's cute. I want that now. I'm ready to fuck my 20s up. No family. Never been married ever to this day. So I wanted that. I wanted that so bad.
We didn't get married till I think I was 37.
Yeah, I'm 37 right now. Yes, I wanted that, and I feel like that was the time where shit shifted for me. Because honestly, my third term is the term where it's just like a daze. Like, I don't remember much of it. Like, I wasn't on that prison shit, but I wasn't on that street successful shit. It was like, that was a part of my life where it was just a cloud. My third term. But that was me figuring out me a little more.
Yeah.
My third term for sure.
And how long have you been out?
I got out in 2018. So I've been out 7 years.
That's good.
6, 7 years.
And what have you been? Well, first, obviously your parents picked you up.
Mm-hmm. Third term. And they're like, once again, I feel sorry for them, but I love them.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for putting my mom through that. I feel like I aged her 10 years because not only I did the time, she did the time with me.
Yes.
My mom did every bit of my 10 years, and then I did 3 terms, 10 years total. She was there. She did the time with me. All 10 years of it. So shout out to you, mama.
Yes.
I want to cry, mom.
Shut up.
I love my mom. I love her.
I love my mom. My mom
love her.
She's the only one that's ever held it down from juvenile hall to the feds.
Well, mama, shout out to mama.
You know, always. And I put my mom through poop.
Hell and
Big time. And I love my mom, you know? I mean, she gets on my nerves, and I'm sure I get on hers every time.
My mom still treats me like a kid to this day. Oh, my God, mom.
Like, just stop. But they can't help it. They can't help it. And did you end up staying with any of these baddies?
No, once again, I approached my parents' house. But after my third term, I got all my shit quick. Before I even got off parole, I was already signed up in truck driving school.
Oh, good.
Because my parole officer told me she's gonna let me off in 13 months. Because now at this time, when you get released from prison, you go home on probation, like some AB shit. I don't know what it was though. But you're not everybody gets paroled on parole now at this time. So I got off on probation. And I got out and I was on probation. She let me go. She was a pretty white probation officer. Oh my God. But the whole time I was on probation for 13 months, I had a job. I maintained a job. My second week home, I worked all the way until she let me off probation. I was working warehouses consistently. Not no time off and shit like that.
You're just working.
And now I'm doing social media. So I know she's watching. She's watching my stories and shit like that. She knows I'm actually doing what I said I was doing. And it showed because now I have my own car. So I'm going to the parole office looking clean. Now I'm not getting certificates for the Goodwill or Target to buy clothes. Now they're seeing that shit. They're seeing I don't need the resources because
you're actually working.
I'm taking care of myself now. I'm looking clean. And they're trained to know the difference if you're up and if you're doing something with yourself.
Exactly.
So she told me, I'm going to let you off probation in 13 months. And then I used to always tell her, I can't wait to drive trucks. CR England trucking school. Yep, 13 months, I was off parole. She's like, come to the office, I got to talk to you. Scared the out of me. I thought she was going to extend my parole for the full 3 years. She gave me my parole card, my discharge card.
Aww.
I'm like, oh,
yes.
I was happy. Yep. And sure enough, 2 days later, I was in truck driving school. CR
Good for
England.
you.
And
Because
it was up
that's a
ever
good
since.
company, huh?
Hell yeah, for me it was. Shit,
No, I see that. That's like a really old one
They
as
took
well.
me for my felonies. They took me on everything.
Good for
They took me
you.
with tattoos. They didn't give a fuck. I got a license and I worked for them for a year and a half to show them thank you. And I bounced.
Hey,
Yeah.
but you know what? I love that you said, because I always say this, that you said from like the second week, you worked warehouses and you never stopped
Yeah, I
working.
worked.
And I always tell everybody, when you get home, work so much till all you want to do is go home and go to sleep.
Yeah,
And by the time
I
you know
worked.
it, you'll be off parole.
Fact, kept me out of trouble for a year. I was trying to get in that truck. I was trying to
Yes.
get that big money. I was tired of struggling.
Yeah.
I was tired of not being able to buy my kids what they wanted, the new shoes. I know it's materialistic, but as
But
a
it makes
kid,
us,
that feels good.
It does.
They're like little trophies of accomplishment. You know what I'm saying?
Like to see our kids, like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like you see your kids. If you see you see your kids, they see like
They do. It's a
whoever sees your
reflection.
kids is like a
reflection of yourself.
Of yourself.
Yeah.
So you can't have your baby looking all shot out,
Mm-hmm.
and you're all like super dressed with the extensions and the long nails,
Yeah.
and your kid doesn't even, you know, your nails cost more than what your baby's shoes
Yeah,
cost.
I know some girls like that to this day.
And that's sad.
Hopefully they snap out of it. It's crazy you saying that.
All you gotta, you could, you know, it's like
Yeah.
they matter more than you.
Yeah. No, for real though.
And you know, and it shows what you feel for your
It
kids.
feels so good being able to get a hard work earned paycheck. Go buy your kids whatever they want. Feed them what you haven't been able to feed them for a long time because you can afford it. That's the best feeling ever. Oh my God, it feels good. Seeing your kids clean, happy. We don't gotta worry about gas, struggling. We're going to Six Flags, wherever we want to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't have to go to something cheap or dollar menu no more. That's the best feeling ever.
Mm-hmm.
Whew, that shit feels good.
Sometimes I'd rather do the dollar menu than the most
To this
expensive.
day, I do the dollar menu sometimes. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Sometimes I'm
Nothing
like,
against it because
nah.
it tastes good to me.
You know, we know once in a while, like it's okay. Like, you know, not once in a while, but like if we could do it every day if we want. But
Every
like,
day, yeah.
no, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna cook.
Right? I can't cook, so I can't cook. I can never cook. I never learned how
Wait,
to cook.
let me ask you. I never even asked you about your favorite prison foods.
Prison foods? Whew. I don't even know.
Oh, because you got the good stuff.
I don't know the packages. I don't even remember the
You
prison
never
foods
eat
like
like
that.
spreads?
Oh, like that type of food?
Yeah,
I thought
like
you
a
talking about
gel.
the state issued food.
No, you're-
Oh yeah, spreads, the burritos, the fake tamales, the pies. They use honey buns, Snicker bars. They use honey and jelly packets to make stuff.
Mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying? The creativity of how they can make a 5-course meal with something you order from the package and food from the kitchen. These guys are some geniuses and they taste
Yes.
really good. Like, hey, you want a tamale? A tamale. It's
Fire,
Yeah,
huh?
they squish the bag of chips. They make a paste out of it and they wrap it and they put the beef from the packages and they boil it in a hot pot until it boils and they the squeezed cheese. I'm like,
Fire,
what?
huh?
Yeah, and it smells good. The aurora of a spread is fuming down the hallways. That shit is
it's
amazing.
fire.
Yeah,
And
that shit
everybody's
is
so
wild.
happy, looking forward to eat. Happy. You know, just because we're in there doesn't mean that we're gonna be sad,
Exactly.
bro. Like,
Exactly.
bro, nah.
And the people that didn't have shit, we'll look out for them. It was just all love.
What
Sometimes.
would you say was the nicest thing you experienced while being incarcerated?
I think people really genuinely trying to take you under their wing, but for a positive way. Maybe an OG, a role model that's always on your bumper. Don't do that, youngsters. Don't fuck with them youngsters. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from these people, or
Love
go get
that.
your GED, or or you go always check on you. Like OGs, those are the ones I fuck with a lot.
Those are the good ones
Those
when
are the
they
good
look
ones.
out,
You
when
can
they
you can
tell you.
always trust OG because if you can't trust them, it's not like they can beat you up anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's just OG always has that sense of like a father figure, not an OG that wants to take advantage of you.
There's differences.
Yeah, I'm talking about a real OG that is tired of seeing youngsters f- their lives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
when they're OGs that are not
And
coming
they
home.
seen it, and they seen them. People come, go, and they seen a nonstop rotating door of inmates come. So they're the ones that really I f- with. Some OG, even the old veteranos. You know what I'm saying? You could talk to different races in prison. You can still get game, listen to stories. You just can't program. So there's some OG veteranos in there that looked out for me. Hey,
Nice.
youngster with the big old mustache, don't do this or don't do that. Yeah, it's just not blacks. It's everybody.
Good. Yeah, love that. And what are you doing now?
Right now, I'm truck driving and I'm doing YouTube.
Good.
Yeah.
How's the YouTube going?
YouTube was going great 2 years ago. I haven't really been into it past 8 months. I uploaded one hood vlog in the past 8 months because I lost interest, not in the hood vlogs and the content itself, but of the effect it was having. I feel like I grew out of that. With everything else in life, I don't want to be the guy that's promoting gang violence because some of the videos go viral. Don't get me wrong. 70% or more of my YouTube videos on my YouTube channel are over 100K. Some are at 50, some are at 20, but majority of them are at 300K, 500K, 1.1 million
love
views.
the bad
The
stuff.
hood vlogs, and it just started like eating at me. Like, I can't keep doing this forever.
I love that you said that because some media people, all they do is
And stir the pot up.
like not even that, and they don't have like the ones with no face.
Yeah,
It's
the worst ones.
it's like, what are you doing? Like, do you not have any remorse of what the things that you could cause?
Yeah.
And they don't.
They don't.
Until it happens to them.
Absolutely, 100%.
And it's like, now it's a problem. And I'm not talking about anything, I'm just speaking in general.
Yeah.
It's not okay. It is not okay to ask this person this question when he's going to answer you. He's going to say the worst thing and you're going to love it.
You're gonna love it, but that's jeopardizing his safety, his freedom. So I was guilty of that, but because I wasn't aware and educated of the repercussions that could happen to these videos. I'm seeing people catch RICO cases. I'm seeing people catch indictments. I'm seeing people getting ran up on by the op because of what they said in the video. I don't want to be a part of that. That was
It's
never my intentions.
negativity.
Yeah, that was never my intentions. I'm a hood person from the streets. I've always been on the streets everywhere I go. So that's what I can relate to. That's all I know is street shit, gang shit. That's all I've been around in prison and on the street. So that was all I knew, and I didn't know it was gonna influence people. I don't want that. I don't want that. So nothing against the gang members. I fuck with all the gang members. To this day. But I don't want to influence.
Always.
Yeah,
but
always.
That's on them.
Yeah.
We don't want to be like when people are like, you're glorifying this prison life. No, you're missing the point.
Yeah.
Your brain you're so close-minded to whatever you want to think that you're missing the point of this
I feel like
channel.
you're causing more awareness because someone who hasn't been to prison can learn from these conversations and be like, I don't want to live through that.
It's for the ones that listen. For the ones that are like us, you're going to be prepared.
Prepared, exactly.
You're either going to survive or you're going to not.
Exactly. So, that was my main thing. So I really kind of lost interest in hood vlogs. And right now I'm in a transition to figuring something out. You know what I'm saying? I never needed YouTube to survive, so I can do that.
Thank
I
God.
could jump in a truck and go make $10,000 a month, humbly. You know what I'm saying? So I never needed YouTube to survive. I started YouTube as I was a truck driver already. I got lucky my YouTube went up 2 years ago as I was truck driving. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you could just do your truck driving like, hey, I'm here, I'm doing this.
And that's how a lot of what I was doing. I was truck driving and keeping that low key for a minute. Nobody knew I was a truck driver. I was keeping it low key and I was going to different states, squeezing in the hood vlog.
Yes.
So you see like a Florida vlog or a Texas vlog, Oklahoma. I got Nevada vlogs. I was at work working, but I had a time in the truck. There's this thing called 34-hour reset. After you drive 70 hours in a truck, by law, federal regulations, you have to stop that truck at all costs. They cannot spin. The wheels cannot spin.
That's it.
For 34 hours. They did that so people will stop dying and crashing and falling asleep on the road. So during those 34-hour resets, I'll go do a hood vlog. I'm a truck driver. I got a pocket full of money. I'm Ubering to different hoods, Googling on YouTube, all types of shit. And just making connections everywhere. And some people wouldn't it, but they'll hit me up. Hey, come back when you come back. And then we'll get a hood vlog, different states. So,
Which is cool. Different states. But see, that's different. Like, you're just, you're showing different areas, how
Cultures.
it is, and coach, exactly. Not like guns and there's this.
I did show a little bit.
I mean, it's fine.
Some
it
of
is
them,
what it is,
but
right?
I learned from it and I
we all
stopped.
know the life.
Yeah.
But yesterday, I seen this one kid that literally said that he did 19 people.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, calm down. I mean, I think this kid is already arrested, right?
Yeah.
But it's what are you doing?
They're watching.
And what about the person that was doing the interview?
This is dangerous.
Did not
game.
care.
Yeah.
For fucking $10
That's why I stopped.
of your view.
That's why I stopped.
Sad. It's
But
sad.
YouTube makes money though. When you do those numbers, I can show you my YouTube analytics right now. For a video that, say for a video that got over 500K, I'll make it $4,000 or $5,000.
Yeah, but what about this kid that lost probably his life?
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
this video, I mean, I don't know how many views it has, but I'm just saying,
general,
you're only
yeah.
probably, let's just 10K views.
Yeah. For the kid that doesn't go viral, but still uploaded that
And it's
content.
what happens?
Yeah, that's a risky game. That's why it's kind of scary to do.
And it's sad for the
gang street type of content.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm at now. I'm trying to figure out that transition to something else because I haven't been active on YouTube at all. And YouTube was the reason why people even know RuffNeck TV in the first place. You know what I'm saying? It was my YouTube channel and hood vlogs.
Got it.
Being in the trenches and shit. but I don't know what I'm gonna do now. But I know I'm gonna do something.
And you will.
Yeah, I will.
We're still young.
I'm figuring it out.
We're still young. So don't just because you're 37 doesn't mean you're old, bro.
Right?
Yeah, you're young. You're about to start living your best life.
It's just getting started.
Yes.
It's just getting started oh, my bad.
No, go ahead.
It's just getting started because now I can afford to do what I want now. I can afford to buy my own $3,000 camera. I could afford to go buy a black matte top with the M3 chip that costs nothing less than $2,500. I could afford to go buy some DJI mics that cost $400. And now, like, I'm gonna run it up now. I did it the right way. Now I should have did it the right way years ago.
Yeah, but you didn't know any better. It's just different. It's different.
I was backwards. Yeah,
it doesn't matter. You learn. You gotta start here to be here.
Facts.
You can't be here because if you start here, you won't appreciate it.
For real.
And then you're gonna want to kill yourself when you lose.
There's times where I started here, got here, and went back down and got back up.
It's the best way.
It's the backslide and the comeback and the backslide and the comeback. It's always the best part, learning experience.
And you know what's funny? Because most people, like the rich people, the rich kids, they want to kill themselves because they don't have something.
Yeah.
They don't have something, right? For us, we're used to not having. So when we have it and we lose it, we know how to. We've always been down.
Well, statistically, they say the number one people who unalive themselves, like suicide, are people that come from wealth. Statistically speaking,
because they don't know how to live without.
They don't know the struggle. You can adapt.
We live struggling.
Yeah.
So
this shit is normal. Running struggle.
I'm still struggling even though I'm up.
Right.
And mentally, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I'd rather feel like this than feel here.
But struggling keeps you on your toes, though. The feeling of you don't want to go back to that struggle, or even struggling a little bit, keeps you on your toes. So you can't go back to that. I will not go back to that. I know how that shit felt. So that little struggle always keeps me on my toes.
Yeah,
at least.
I'm always in survival mode.
Survival, well.
No matter what. You know?
Facts.
No matter what. But is there anything else you want to share before we close?
Absolutely. I want to share a lot of stuff. I want to share, like, I can keep going. I hate when these interviews end because I don't never want them in. I want to keep talking, but I feel like, damn, there's a lot of stuff I want to share. I don't know where to start at. I don't want to sound cliche and say what everybody else says, like, do you, but I feel like that's the best advice is to do you, be yourself. I don't care if people make fun of me. I got used to it. I kind of like it. I enjoy it. I put myself on the limb and try things that people are not willing to try, because if you don't try it, how are you gonna know if it doesn't pan out? I like trying stuff. I do everything right now. I do everything. I don't know why I'm like this. Sometimes it makes my head hurt that I try to do everything myself. I have a problem with leaving something in somebody else's hands because it's not gonna be my way, or it's not gonna look like how I want it to look, or maybe you don't know what I know, but I gotta just let that go and let people help me out. I don't know where I was getting, but don't be afraid to try things.
That's good.
And I try everything.
Good.
I try everything, and it's starting to work. I'm starting to see it work a little bit. It feels
takes
good.
time.
You know how many people give me stuff and buy me stuff just because they see me on YouTube or they like what I said, or when I got into that fight protecting those women and children. That fight alone got me so much. Like these shoes, like the guy came to me at the mall.
Really?
That's my homie. Don't tell you. He was like, "Hey, you're that guy that protected those women and children from that racist guy." I was like, "Yeah, it's me, RuffNeck." He's like, "Thank you, bro. Thank you." And and he bought me 2 pairs of shoes. I posted it.
That's dope.
Cool as a Mexican dude. He was like, "Thank you for protecting my people." And I'm starting to see stuff like that happen more and more. Homies are dropping me off shirts. They found out I was coming here. They dropped me off some shirts. Like,
How
I like
cool is
it.
that?
Yeah, it's dope. I'm like,
Love that.
"Hey, can you wear these for me?" I'm like, "Run it."
That's cool.
Hats, pants, shoes, socks.
Everything.
But I'm trying to get checked though. I'm trying to get back to my community and culture. That's what I'm trying soon though. Once that Netflix deal or Hulu deal comes my way, all the homies that are around me, we're all gonna benefit. I got my homies doing skits and shit too. They're all awkward because they're all gangsters, but they're funny. My very first skit is at 500,000 views almost. My very first skit ever.
TikTok?
On Instagram. I was trying to skit out. And my very first skit got thousands of likes, thousands of shares. We're making fun of the Nortenos.
See, but that's being mean.
Yeah, but I was trolling the people who were trolling me.
Oh, okay.
Or Max, I'm not going up there fucking with them, which I'm not going to ever go.
Yeah.
So it was like a little shock. But it went viral.
Mean.
I first skit.
Sometimes my husband's like, you should like do skits. And I'm like, I am not going to do skits.
Right.
I don't know how to act. I'm not an actor. I don't know how to act. And I wouldn't be like, oh, this chola. Like, no,
Yeah.
I know, I don't, I am not. I'm just,
funny.
this is just this. I enjoy doing this.
Doing this, yeah.
And obviously, I have another business, but I enjoy this. I feel like this is therapeutic. I feel like we could learn so much from the skits. Nah. Am I going to be able to make money? Yes, probably. But what am I going to be putting out there?
Yeah.
Dancing like, no. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's not.
I feel like we should just act yourself. I think that's what we did.
I know, I'm super burnt out,
We
bro.
acted like ourselves.
I am so burnt out. Like, I'm pretty funny in real life.
Yeah.
But don't put the camera. Like, I'm not.
You
Like,
shut
this
down.
is. Yeah, I
you
shut down.
Yeah. Acting wise, you don't shut down in front of this type of camera like a podcast.
I'm not a fucking
But
actor, bro.
acting-wise, you shut
I don't
down.
know how to pretend I'm something. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't.
Yeah.
And I'm probably gonna suck.
A lot of people can't.
You know, like I just can.
There's
I'm
very
sorry.
few.
You know, we gotta keep
Yeah.
it. I'm just myself, and I will not be able to like. I don't know, fucking ridicula. No, for me it's ridicula. But if
Right.
everybody else could do it, more power to you.
Right.
But for me, that's not me. You know.
Shout out to the people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I appreciate you guys having me here. It means a lot. It means so much to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. I watch this all the time. Like I was telling him, I used to watch this driving different states.
Well, I'm
used to
glad I
have
could
my
keep you
phone
entertained.
phone mounted and just watch all the stuff.
Love that.
Jay
Thank you.
for Riv, you guys, everybody's content. And
Love
it's like,
that.
I'm finally being able to be on the same platforms that I used to watch for hours. Damn, I was watching you guys forever.
Love that. Well, I'm gonna be doing this for 3 years already.
3 years. I seen a lot of my homies. It works. These podcasts,
works if
they
you
work.
work.
It works. Like I seen Anthony on here, and then from Anthony, I started really tapping in. But I seen the reels and stuff before. I watched a little 5-10 minutes here, but when I watched Anthony, I sat there and watched the whole thing, and I was like, I like this podcast. I'm just gonna keep watching it every time that YouTube recommends it or something. You know?
Yes, love that. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I see this guy everywhere. It's just like I see you guys everywhere. I cannot not see you guys.
Yeah, even if I didn't want to, you're gonna pop up.
And the Mexican community culture, the hip hop and all that shit is going up right now.
Yes, we are.
What?
We
At a
are.
rapid pace. Yes,
Yes.
we, all of us. All of
yes.
us is going up crazy,
In any
and I love
form,
it.
you know, in any
Yeah.
form, like whatever you guys want to do,
Yeah.
you guys could do it as long as you want to. And the thing is, you can't give up.
Can't give up.
Just because you didn't make it 1 year doesn't mean the second year you might not.
Yeah.
Even if you make it the first year, the next year you might go down.
down.
But the thing is, you gotta keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
You
Love
gotta
it.
keep going. You gotta keep going. Like for my teeth whitening business, I've been doing it for 5 years. My first year was the best.
Yeah.
This year has been the slowest.
Yeah.
Literally the slowest year for
I feel
me.
you.
And I'm okay with it. Like
Yeah.
maybe God for some reason wants to have it that way.
Yeah.
You know? But I still doesn't mean I'm not
You
gonna
gotta
promote
love what
myself.
you do and do what you love. That
Exactly.
way you can never lose interest and passion. As long as you're in that lane, your niche, you know you love this shit, it's not gonna be a job. It's not gonna be a hassle.
And you know,
Yeah.
sometimes it's like, you know, just keep doing. You will find what's your path. Maybe the path that you want is not the path for you, bro.
Yeah.
And you keep pushing yourself. You keep pushing yourself to be that person that
Fact.
it's not your path.
Maybe none of us found our path yet. Maybe our path is bigger than what we think.
Yeah.
Never know.
I agree.
Maybe there's something bigger than this for you. Maybe something bigger than this for me. You know what I'm saying? That God is gonna bless us with.
Yeah, as
That's
long
how
as
I
we
think.
do the right thing,
Right
we're gonna
thing.
be all right.
God is good. Jesus.
Amen.
Yeah,
Yes.
Amen. Good episode.
Well, again, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You guys don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram.